Well, okay, Libby, for me, theory and practice are not separate things. I think they're deeply intertwined. They really go together. In my work, that's what I do. I think the thinking body and the dancing mind must grow together. Yes. I think for impact, it means creating artists who don't just move beautifully, but knows why they move and what their movement carries.
Mm.
What do they carry? It carries history, identity, resistance. I think this fusion of theory and practice allows dancers to really create meanings and not just shapes. Well, it should be beyond technique, definitely. I think dance education should be a space of transformation. Transformation, physical transformation, emotional, cultural, it has to touch these dimensions. I also think that we must train dancers to be aware of their bodies, aware of their stories, aware of their place in the world.
Mm.
For me, the future is really somatic. It's really transcultural. It's reflective. We should not educate, shape dancers into one mold, but we need to open them to multiple ways of being, of moving and creating. Yeah. That one is very interesting. I think the first thing has to do with know your body. Mm-hmm. Know your body, not just technically, but deeply, how it moves, how it feels, how it remembers. The second is a space to think and to reflect, not just do. No. The third would be, that's important, a strong group dynamic where you grow through feedback, challenge, and shared experience. I think these are really the keys to becoming a real artist, not just a dancer. Yeah. I think interdisciplinary important, very important, because otherwise we would see dance the same way. We need to see dance differently, from different perspectives. I think philosophy is very important, politics is very important, technology and more, because we need to start to question, to connect and to express in new ways. And it's not just about dance, I think. And for me and at the École des Arts, it's really important because I try to establish conversation, reflection, and sometimes even protest, So yeah, interdisciplinary, the interdisciplinary side of impact is very important. And yes, I'm totally for it, yeah. Yes, I think it's about the truth. It's about being real. It's about having tools to really question the society, question the world, question things that happen around us, to speak with the body, but also question things that are impacting us every day in our daily life. And I think we really need art to an art that is really awake, that is alive, that is responsive to the society, not just pure beauty or pure perfection. It's more than this. I believe in art form that question challenges and that rebels, that protest, that is meaningful. So yes, it's not about perfection at all. So yes, we need that kind of education in dance performances. Yeah. The thing that I'm really interested in is knowing history, knowing context, and finding the right balance between theory and practice. And all my studies, my research had been about what is it that we do, how do we do that, and how can we transform that so it's still meaningful today.
Mm-hmm.
And in my classes, whether it's theory, because I do dance history, or it's practice, or even choreography, I will always question society, challenge society in regards to things that happen, like for example, what is beauty? What is beauty? The meaning of beauty in this country. What does it mean for a Muslim country to be beautiful? What does it mean? How do we challenge the gender norms? Knowing that from a traditional perspective, certain gender, we had some transgender,
Mm-hmm.
and knowing also in the spirituality world, the African spirituality, you can be both. You can be female and male. It doesn't. And so questioning these things, but it's also about decolonizing. Finding new ways of doing and coming from a different center rather than the center that was imposed on us that came from Western world, to have a different perspective, an Afrocentric perspective on things. And for example, Ubuntu is very important. Ubuntu meaning, I am because we are,
Mm-hmm.
And I use that a lot in somatic, how we dance together. And by dancing together, I reveal myself
Mm-hmm.
from the group. So I teach a lot those things. And it's really having a balance between again, theory and practice, teaching the technique, the principles, not just how to move, but to understand what is behind, what is those things that are so important to get. And on the other side, why it is relevant for us today and how we can use them without being necessarily confronted to cultural appropriation, because that's something also that is very important. The people I teach are very often the Western people. When I'm in Europe, even at Acogny, where you have a lot of Africans, you also have people coming from the 5 continents. How do we deal with this appropriation and find the right balance as artists to feel that some people are so at home in Africa that I feel that what we're doing is universal. It doesn't belong to us even, However, the context, the cultural context is something different. It's how do we find the right keys, the right angles, perspective, so that people feel comfortable with it, can appreciate it without feeling that they appropriate something.